All right. Welcome back to Bedroom Producing with Chris Porro. That's me. I'm that guy. So here's a song I've been working on for my band, the Citrus Kids. I think I'll just play. I'll play a section of it right here. So here's the whole song. We're going to listen to this chunk, which is about 7 seconds. And we're going to talk about this cool little trick you can do with delay, but it's kind of not like the traditional delay. So let's just listen to it.
I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke.
Now let's solo it and just listen to it.
I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke.
Now the astute among you will say there is a delay on that, and in fact there is. But let me show you how this delay is different from a typical delay, and how, at least right here in this portion of the song, I think it's way cooler. And I'll show you how to set it up without any special plugins or anything like that. So a lot of times when you put delay on something, or at least I find, you don't want delay on everything. Like you don't want to run the same delay on like every word in a line. Maybe you just want to run it on a part of that. Okay. Because if you run a delay on the whole thing, sometimes you get a jumbled mess. And just as a demonstration, I'll set this up here. This is what a normal delay would sound like on this track.
I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke.
So I just did the thing where I put the plugin. I put the plugin on there. I'm not going to go into the parameters of this delay. What I will say about this delay is, I've got this time set to 1/8 of a note. So that's the broke. That's the kind of tempo of the delay. And then, of course, there are some filters on it. If you listen to it, you can tell a lot is gone in the delay signal. That's why it sounds really thin here.
I'm broke.
Broke. Okay, so that's cool, but all I want to do here is I wanted to emphasize this second broke, just the broke. I just wanted the broke, okay? So the first thing I did is I created another track, and I took the broke, I cut it, and I just brought it down here. That looks something like this. Right? So I just copy this to a second track, and this is going to be the track that actually has the delay on it. So we're only going to put a delay on this section, not the I'm, but just the broke. And this works really nice at the end of like a line, like say you've got a line to the apple, to the peach, to the berry, to the plum, and you just want the delay on that last part. So that's what I'm doing here. So after you dial in your delay, you might also notice, the astute amongst you might also notice that it is pitched. The delay is pitched.
I'm broke.
Well, let me bring it back up so you can hear the delay is actually pitched.
I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke.
So along with putting on this delay, I'm also automating. This is a pitching plugin, and if you watch it right here, if you watch some of these parameters, you'll see that this automation is changing them. So this chunk of audio gets delayed, and then I am pitching up the delay on it, which sounds like this. So this is the bass line right here, 0 semitones, and I'm pitching it up to +9 semitones. And then this very last one, I'm pitching it down -5 semitones. So if you listen, you can hear it pitch up and then pitch back down to the bass line here, and then pitch back up, and then this last one pitches down. And this isn't really a Reaper tutorial, but I'll say this. I'll show you how this is created in Reaper. Basically, you would click on this parameter here, and then under parameter, you'd say show track envelope. It's already showing, so this is ticked off. But for example, if I was going to, let's say I was going to automate the cents here, which is, I think there's 100 cents to a semitone. It's basically just really fine pitching. So I would touch this. This is the last thing I touched. And then I would say show in track envelope. And if we take a look, we've got this parameter here. And now we can go in here and we can add some points and we can change it. Who knows what this will sound like? It's pretty subtle, and you can see the parameters are actually moving up here. So I'm going to get rid of this, actually. I don't want this. Clear envelope. Yes. So this is a cool kind of delay thing you can do with cheap or free stock plugins that is different from a traditional delay, and I'd say better, more interesting. Like I said, my major problem with delays sometimes is you don't want delay on everything. And then maybe you want some variation in that delay, and that's what this does. So there you go. You heard it here first. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Oops, I left out a crucial part. One thing I should talk about is that, so when the delay gets applied to this, I don't want to hear the original. I don't want to hear this clip. I just want to hear the delay. Basically, the way I have this set up is you would hear I'm broke. You'd hear this whole chunk of audio. You would not actually hear this at all. What you would hear is the delay from it, which would start somewhere around here. And the way I'm accomplishing this is if you go into your delay plugin, you'll see that there's a wet and a dry signal. The dry signal is this bit of audio, and the wet signal is just the delay. So if we were to play through this, what happens is as our playback head goes across here, you don't actually hear anything. What you hear is the output of the delay somewhere over on the other side of this audio. Let's just listen to that. Listen from here to here. So you can see that you're actually hearing broke like over here. So that's something I left out that is kind of important. We're just listening to the wet mix on this, because what I don't want to do is for I'm to be at one level and broke to be at a different level, to be at it'd be about 6 dBs higher, because essentially you're adding this to this. And that'll generally get you about 6 dBs of boost, and it's very noticeable. So we don't want to do that. So that's the part I left out. You're welcome.